MissMalini, and we're live at the headquarters, and I think this should show up now. And
Wait.
Retweet. There you go.
Dude, there it is.
There you go.
I love this word that we're bringing in.
Technology. So I have the absolutely stunning Lisa Ray. I've been on Twitter like chatting with you for so long.
I know.
We never finally got to hang out.
Trying to do this for a while. So I'm so happy that I'm, like I said, here on the big couch with you.
So first, congratulations, you are back. And everyone's been like dying to know, are you here for a little bit? No, she's back, people. Lisa is back in the house, and you're here to stay.
That's official. Let's underline that as well.
That's right. Back. That's amazing. And you look stunning. Tell us what you're wearing.
Thank you. I'm wearing Arte Vijay Gupta. I love her vibe.
Yeah.
You know,
cool,
I love Prince her. And I'm not wearing it just because it's in. It's just, it's, you know, you get to a point in your life where you just wear what you're comfortable in.
Yeah, things that you know
little
over time.
Little bit of boobage is there, which is nice.
Little boobage never hurt.
Little boobage never hurt anyone.
So Ishq Forever is coming out. How exciting. What's the movie about?
So the movie is, we're calling it a rom venture, or at least I'm calling it a rom venture because we can't call it a porn com for obvious reasons.
That's right.
It's you know, it's a romantic adventure. You know, there's a young couple, fresh love, and then there's me and Javed, who are. I think it's really cool because we're playing a divorced couple who come face to face in the line of duty because we're both playing raw agents. And I don't know about you, but I haven't seen something like this.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a very Hollywood script, right?
Right? Yeah, totally. So that dynamic of, you know, sort of being very professional and at the same time getting like triggered all the time because your ex is there with you and you're having to work with him was, you know, I haven't actually been in that position, thank God. But I thought it was going to, you know, be a really interesting role to, you know, to take on and explore that dynamic. And I want to see more stuff like that.
I think that's really fun. And I think it's a really interesting combination to have Javed and you play that. So what was it like working with him?
He's a maniac in the best sense of the word, you know. He's uber talented.
Right.
That man is always like his mind is always working. But you know what I want to say is that he's not just a comedian.
Right.
He is he has an incredible depth to his talent. He's a great dramatic actor as well. He's even been in a Deepa Mehta movie, you know, fun little fact as well. He was in one of her first movies, which is called Fire. And he's just always on. So it was non-stop entertainment. You know, everything from reciting Shayari to me to busting out some dance moves. It was like he kept me on my toes, and I hope that comes through as well in the film.
I can't wait to see it. I guess a lot of people sending questions, and in fact, you're watching this live, so you can keep sending them.
Oh yeah, it's live! Oh my God!
So Sonia wants to know, what are your plans for this year? Are you planning to write a book?
You know what? I've been working on a book. It's a bit of a touchy subject for me because it's really hard.
It's hard.
I do love writing. I actually believe that I'm a very talented writer, and believe me, I wouldn't like toot my horn or anything like that. I'm a great writer. I was meant to be a writer, but writing a book is a whole different kettle of fish. I have a finished manuscript. I have a publisher, but I'm kind of sitting on it because suddenly it came to me in a flash. I was actually sitting with a filmmaker friend, and they said that the structure of the book, they said, you know, your life has been led in so many sort of layers and directions. They said it can't be a straight linear narrative, if you know what I mean. It can't be like, I was born and then this happened and then this happened. So now what I'm doing is I'm rewriting the structure because I wanted to go back and forth in time. Because I feel that that'll help me tell the story in a more authentic way.
Exciting.
So that's kind of cool. Anyways, that's a very long explanation.
But it's there.
Because I'm a bastard procrastinator, I'm great at throwing out all of these explanations as to why it's not out there. But believe me, it'll be great when it's finally out there.
Awesome. Roberta is actually a big fan of yours, and she sent in so many questions. She goes, she's recently cut out sugar from her diet, and she wants to know, will she ever get used to coffee without sugar?
Damn. You know what? That was like the last frontier for me.
Really?
I cut out sugar as well because, of course, it's also linked to cancer and, you know, various things. And everyone should actually cut out sugar. And the last frontier for me was cutting it out of my daily cup of tea. You know, I had no problem cutting out the sweets. You know, somehow, you know what I mean? You can find an alternative to that. But you know what's really interesting? Give yourself 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and first of all, you can change a habit. And secondly, your palate actually does change. You got to be patient with this, but trust me, I never thought that I'd be able to give it up. Today, if I actually taste sugar, it doesn't taste right. You know, so like my body rebels. So give your body and your mind and your psyche some time and just slip it in. It'll happen.
So Gitika actually posted a message on Instagram, and you know, you were just talking about this. You have had the most amazing sort of recovery story. You've had so much pride. Like, you've just been so well put together where most people would let themselves fall apart. So how did you find the strength to do that and just be like, I'm just not going to let this beat me, and I'm just going to be golden?
I'm just stubborn.
Nice.
I'm stubborn, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, I was actually reflecting on this because World Cancer Day just went by as well. So I was
Sure.
talking a lot about it. And I'll always talk about cancer because I think it's really important in India in particular that we kind of break this code of silence that we have around it. So I wish that there was an exact formula that I could give everyone. It's like, here's what you do. And of course, I mean, hey, yeah, I'm a yogi. I practice yoga for many years. I do meditate. I do all of that. But if I had to boil it down, honestly, I'm so damn stubborn. I'm really stubborn. I don't allow things to get the best of me, and then I think that I have been quite rebellious for most of my life. So whatever, you know, the status quo says or society says you have to do this, I doubt or I push back or I say why. I ask why. And I think that honestly that quality came in really useful when I'm dealing with something like that, because I promise you, even if the doctor had sat opposite me and said, you've got this long to live, you know, this is it, and he didn't say that, I wouldn't have believed him. I wouldn't have believed him. And you know, I've talked to a lot of patients, survivors, and doctors now over the last few years, and a lot of them have said that the people who do the best are the people who are damn persnickety and stubborn in real life.
It is a lot of mental. You're able to conquer pretty much anything. If you put
Pretty
your
much.
mind,
I actually believe in mind over everything, mind over matter. So mental training, whatever it takes. I think that that's been my formula. It may not work for everyone, but that's what
and now you're
for me.
kicking ass in Ishq Forever. You have a lot of action scenes in this movie.
I got some action scenes.
Do you have to do a lot of like
I love
prep
that.
for that?
I did some prep with this absolutely fab guy called Master Shifuji.
That's
you remember Shifuji,
yes.
right? Shifuji, Kung Fu Panda and all that. And he is amazing. You have to look him up online because you know the way he contorts his body, the things that man can do with his body, it's incredible. So he trained me. He actually trains commandos in India.
That's amazing.
But not just that. He also trains a lot of women, a lot of girls. He goes into like schools and universities, trains them in self-defense.
Great.
Awesome. You know, I'm fully, you know, want to put myself behind that. So it was like some tough training, but it's cool because you know what? It's not just the action scenes, but it's also, as an actor, changing your body language. You know what I mean? There's a slightly different, so I was kind of cool when I finally saw the film, which is only recently, because I was like, okay, good, I'm not seeing Lisa on the screen. And that is pure body language.
That's amazing. And do you have a favorite scene from the movie that everyone should sort of look out for?
I don't know, man. That's always hard for me. I do like there's a particular train sequence between me and Javed where we're just like going at each other, and at the same time, you know, trying to like it's kind of like a fast-paced kind of an action scene. So I like all our scenes together. I don't know. I'm sentimental about it.
And there's Valentine's Day around the corner. Do you have any advice for all the boys out there? What can they do that's different for a change?
Dude, first of all, make every day Valentine's Day. You know, I don't know, I'm kind of not, like I love Valentine's Day to sort of underline or mark this idea of love and partnership and commitment, but I'm not that big on just celebrating that one day of year. I like to be surprised, actually. Choose like maybe
What's
actually
the nicest Valentine's surprise you've ever, or in general, romantic surprise?
For sure, it's when my husband just showed up.
He just showed up.
He just showed up. He does, because you know, again, he's flying around the world. I don't know where he is right now. I think he's in Spain or something like that. And you know, we don't get a chance to spend as much time together as we want. That's fine. Every modern couple, hashtag modern couples, right?
Absolutely.
And he just showed up one day. He just freaking showed up. He took that chance. He took a flight and landed at like 2 a.m. as you do, and showed up at my door. And I love that. Like that's the ultimate for me.
So how come the move back? I'm sure everybody wants to know and is very happy to hear that you're back in Bollywood in a big way now.
Well, you know, it's not just back to Bollywood, it's back to India. Bombay has been really good to me. This is where it all started for me back in 1991. And I'm very proud of that, you know. So I've had a very long, interesting career path in India and outside of India, but it was always in the back of my mind that I'm going to come back. And the timing was right. And like I said, you know, now my husband's settled in Hong Kong, so it's like wifey can go off to work in Bombay.
Perfect.
You know, and then I take my breaks. So it's
best of both worlds. You spend weekends away.
Yeah, I actually believe that you can design your life. You know, so this is always what I actually really ideally envision for myself. So it's just cool to be
amazing. So we look forward to seeing you on the red carpet a lot. Any favorite designers you're looking forward to wearing while you're here?
Oh yeah, I love Rahul and Rohit. I love my GG, Gaurav Gupta. He's amazeballs. And I'm loving Aarti Vijay Gupta. I'm loving her vibe as well. I mean, I have a long list. I don't want to actually exclude it, so it's kind of hard. Wendell is a great old favorite because he's also such a dear friend. And you know, again, I guess maybe one thing I want to point out is that in this relatively fickle industry, like lasting power or sustaining yourself is
really tough.
That's a true talent. And Wendell has been really true to his kind of, DNA, his design DNA, and yet managed to stay relevant and create beautiful designs year after year. So hats off to him.
Nice. And a last message to all of your fans on MissMalini.com.
Hey guys, okay, so check out Ishq Forever on Feb 19th. It's a great little all-round entertainer. I love, another reason why I did the film is because I was like, okay, so when we have a kid, me and hubby, and we are thinking about it, I'm like, dude, I can't show my kid any of my other films. Like, they're all too intense and serious. So I was like, this is something I can show my kid. And it's a great little all-round entertainer. Show it some love, but I'm really happy to be back, and I'm happy to be chatting with you, the Divine Miss M.
Oh, thank you so
who
much.
is called the Divine Miss M?
Who?
She's named Bette Midler.
Really?
Right? She was known as the Divine Miss M, and you are totally the Indian version.
Thank you so much.
Put yourself out
You're
there.
too kind. And it's always great to have you back, and we're so excited to see everything that you're going to be doing. Lots of love to you. And thank you guys for watching. In case you joined late, don't worry, it's all going to be up on YouTube as well on MissMalini.com. Bye.
Bye.